Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this product launch today. Today, we are going to unveil a few innovations that I believe will change how HR work. So let's see. Before I begin, in the last 25 years, since I started JustLogin, 1999-2000, there have been 3 major tech events that have completely changed the way we work. The first was the internet boom in the late 1990s. And that's when the world get connected together online. I saw the opportunities to improve business processes by using the internet. And that's when I founded JustLogin to offer HR software on the cloud. So the HR software SaaS is not just started 5 or 10 years ago, it was 25 years ago. That's where we started. And then after that was iPhone. Apple launched iPhone. I think that is another major event that changed how people use technology. Because suddenly people were able to do many things, so much things on their mobile phones. And 1 year after that, we launched our mobile clock-in to allow employees to do selfie and clock in and capture the data in real time. So, and today, we are in the midst of new revolution. ChatGPT was launched less than 2 years ago. I think among the 3, this is the biggest event that is going to change our life. And you've seen how we reacted to each of these. So we're not going to sit still for this event to pass by. And that's why we are here today. This is the photos when we launched JustLogin in February 2000. And then when we launched mobile clock-in, I was trying to sell this in China, following some trade mission and meet some customers in China. And this is why we are here today. So how Gen AI has changed things, I think one thing can change. I can make the photo become alive. Right? So this is the power of Gen AI today. Even this one. So it's just unimaginable in those days. And now we can make the photos alive. I am so happy to see my teammates laughing and waving at me. Right? Yeah. And it was not just the launch of ChatGPT, it was the speed at which this thing progresses that really amazed me. ChatGPT launched in November 2022, and then after that they launched ChatGPT-4, then they launched ChatGPT-4o that can speak and see like a human and reason better than human. And this month they launched ChatGPT-o1. I was expecting 5, but they renamed it to o1. Then I think later will be o2, o3. And that can solve PhD problems. That's really amazing. So how do we write on this? And if you look at the trend, people are predicting about AGI, artificial generative intelligence, which means something that is smarter in any aspect than most human beings. Nobody denied that this will be there. The debate is when. Some people say 2 years, some say 3 years, some say 5 years. The most pessimistic one said 10 years. I think last week, Sam Altman from OpenAI said within thousands days. So it's not very far. We need to be prepared for that because it's going to affect us all, whether it's business or individuals. So what is the future of HR? When ChatGPT was launched, I was really amazed. I was one of the first to go in and try. With a little chat box, a few texts, you can type in anything, it will respond to you anything. You can type in any problem, it will tell you the solutions. It was so amazing. No, you say, give me my recipes, give me the great itinerary for me for these places, and these are my problems. What are the possible solutions? He can do that. So what struck me was, okay, you can do that, but these are old data, reasoning and all that. How can we make it solve our problem? How can we get it answer questions about HR problem? Can I ask you, what is my leave balance? What is my pay slips? Who's on roster today? Can you? No. So I started thinking. And then eventually, after many, many tries, we found a solution. So you are going to see something shortly. So what I'm going to show you first will be from the user's perspective. How a users will be able to chat with their own data, their own HR data. So for example, in this case, a leave users. What typically a leave user want to know? What's my leave balance? Maybe assuming you are using our system, you know there's a leave adjustment with expiry date. What are the leave adjustment that will expire in 3 months? In the old way, you got to go to HR or you got to navigate through multiple pages in the system to find the answers, and sometimes you just don't know where to find them. But I'm going to show you how we can do that here. You just ask in a conversational way, what is my leave balance? Anybody can type, can ask. And right away, it presents to you the information that you want. You ask, do I have leave adjustment that will expire in 3 months? And you get that information you want, instantly, real time. It's not getting yesterday's data, it's getting the data now. So the AI understands your intent, which is the power of generative. They understand your intent. And based on your intent, they present the information in such a way that they think you need to know. I never tell them to show me the format, leave type. I just say leave expiry, show me the leave type, the expiry date. Right? I even display in such a nice way that I never specify. So this is leave user. Let's look at people user. For those who use our system, you know people users. Employee manage all the employee data. You want to know about your personal information in the system. Assuming you are employment pass holder, you want to know when is my pass expiry date, or what is my destination history, right? For this, sometimes employees don't know that information are available in the system, or don't know where to find them, because it's quite complex. If you look at the menus on the right, you click something, you open up another sub-menu. You click something, you go to a page has some sub-menus. So not easy. But with this, you just type, what's my employment pass expiry date? And ChatGPT will be smart enough to look out for you. Right? Or you ask, what is my destination history, your promotion history from the system? And it present to you in a way that is friendly, because I never ask, show me job grade, department, start date, end date for this. No, but it knows that if you ask this question, you need that information, and it get the information for you right now in real time. Okay, let's look at another example for attendance user. Assuming you are looking for a restaurant, part-timers, and all that, you need to know your roster, you need to know your OT, and you just don't know where to find them, because I need to log in, but there's so many items on the left, where to find. So now, with AI, you can just simply say, what is my roster for next week? And it will present to you in such a way that you don't need to ask the next question. Show you the information about next week roster with the date, the day, the site, the time, everything is there. Just by asking question. And anybody can ask that question. Or what is my OT hours for this month? A very typical question by employees. Again, you don't need to navigate through pages of on the left menu. You just ask, and you get right away. So these are employees, right? I'm going to show you the last example for employees. As a payroll users, what are the typical questions a payroll users, employee want to know? What is my payslip, right? Or even more complicated one, what is my commission? Not just for this month, for the whole year, January until now. And even more challenging one, plot me a chart. You think can do it? Anybody think you can do a chart? Raise your hand. Have you tried ChatGPT? Yeah, it's all very smart. Let's see. Okay, show me my payslip for last month. Right? I never say what format, but it's so smart that it's able to draw the line, say these are additional pay elements, these are deduction pay elements, these are statutory contributions, employer CPF, they separate them nicely. As if they know about payslip, how payslips look like and what information you need. Without the employee telling them, what's my payslip, you get this. And what is my commission, assuming you're a sales guy, commission, and I try to be a bit more challenging, from January until now. And I say, plot me a chart. Right? So let's see. Whether you can plot you a chart, you can calculate, get a commission for you from January until now. Can you plot the chart? Okay, here you are. Give a nice chart. I can even say, change to red color, change to line chart. It's very obedient. You just do it, believe me. All right. So, from this example, you can see that the interaction with HR will no longer be the same. You don't need complicated UI. You just need a checkbox, just like ChatGPT, for your employees to ask in a conversational way any information they want. Right? So what about the administrator, the HR? What can they do? Let's move on to the persona of an administrator for HR. Start with leave admin. So what typically leave admin wants to know? Who's on leave today? Too easy. Who from engineering department is on leave today? Or who has leave balance less than X days because maybe they are tight or something. So let's try. Who's on leave? No, who from engineering department has taken sick leave? Oh, this one maybe HR is more interested to know. In the last 3 months, sick leave. Right? You don't need to navigate to find the report. Maybe the report is not even there, but you just ask, and it's there. And who has less than 8 days of annual leave balance remaining from engineering department? So you can even narrow down to individual department or what, do whatever filtering you want. And I bet you probably cannot find a report that can do that, because you need to develop the report with that filter. But with this, you just ask and you get it. Do you need to learn how to ask? You don't need, right? It's just there. Let's go on to the next persona as the people administrator. What do you want to know as a people administrator? Maybe you want to, your boss asks for a report. Hey, give me the list of employees. I want to see department, I want to see their join date, I want to see their age. And show me only maybe people who's younger than 35 or female or whatever filter your boss asks. Then you go to report and find, hey, no such report. And you call JustLogin. No, we also don't have, no, we need to enhance and something, but don't worry. Now, let's see. What is the question? Show me the employees from engineering department, including their names, destination, join date, age. Of course, you can add more if you want. And you will get those information real time. Right? And what's next you want to know? show me the names of employees who resigned and hired last month. So basically 5 new hires and new joiners last month or this month. You get it? And it's even smart enough to split the answer into 2 parts. Resignees, the resign date, joiners, the new date. But you only show me, 2. Correct. They break into 2 with different header. Right. So this is people admin. And let's look at another persona. So attendance admin. What typically attendance admin wants to know? They are managing roster, managing attendance, calculate OT, and trying to see who's late today, who hasn't clocked in, what's the OT hours of so and all that, right? So let's ask a simple question. Who's late today? Who's late today? Typically, they want to know, the boss want to know, hey, my restaurant's supposed to start at 9 o'clock, but who's late today? You get the answer, right? You get the shift, even provide the shift time, what's supposed to come and time, and who's rostered to work today? These are very typical questions. You just ask, and you get it. And show me OT hours worked by employees from sales department, right? You want to be challenging. Show me OT hours. You don't need to navigate through the report again. You just show me what you want, and you get it. Okay? So again, the attendance admin life will be much easier. Anything you want to know? Ask. Not ask ChatGPT. Ask JustLogin. Yeah. Okay, last one I want to show is who's payroll administrator. What would it be? What kind of question the payroll admin wants to know? I think before they process a payroll, normally they want to know who are the resignees, who are the new hires, anybody has taken no pay leave. These are the things they want to take care. Then maybe very often we get requests to say, can I have this payroll report because I cannot find in the list of reports you have. I want this report specifically to have this column, this column, this column. Right? I think nobody can cater for anything. You want this column, that's customer want that column, right? You will definitely find something that is not available in some system. But with AI, don't worry. Right? So let's see how he answer. What are the employees, new hires and resignees this month? Because if they resign, what you need to do something extra steps. And instantly, you get the answer. And it's a real-time answer. Unlike ChatGPT, is trained for April 2023, but this is the answer. But you only provide me one name. I will continue. What about the 2 hires? 2 new hires, because above you only provide me with the resignees. So you continue and tell me the other 2. It's just like ChatGPT, right? And I get what I want. Okay? And has anyone taken no pay leave last month? It's very important. You need to deduct money, right? Or do transfer to make sure no pay leave is applied to the payroll. You get the answer. And the most challenging part is to generate a custom payroll report that you want, the way you want it, for the people you want to see, for the department you want to see. Right? Very selective. Show me the report for last month for Wendy and Kate. And I want to see department, name department, basic pay and commission. Your boss asked for this, assuming. And you got to quickly get the report. And next time your boss won't ask for it, the boss can type, right? Don't even ask you for it. And you get the number. So you get the gist of how this works. We just plug our HR data onto the AI engine, and you will consume the data and use that to answer, understand your intent, and present the data the way you want it. All right. So to summarize, your HR data is your HR data. It's now just a chat away, right? Just a chat away. Anybody can do it. It's a conversation. Using your conversation to get the data you want it. And there is no learning curve, right? Nobody conduct how to ask ChatGPT questions. Of course, there's prompt engineering, but you just ask the way you ask your HR, hey, where's my pay slip? What is my pay leave? What's my, just the way you ask your HR, you cannot ask yourself. Relieve your HR of this other work. And next time your boss asks you, can I have the report? You say, you can also ask yourself, so you can do other work. Your boss will just go there and say, I want the pay slip report, payroll report for the month with this column, this column. They can do it themselves. And it's real time, right? As we know, ChatGPT 4.0 right now is trained until April 2023, right? If you ask for new things, you got to go and search. This is real time. Anytime, 5 seconds ago, somebody clocked in, you say, who clocked in in the last 1 hour, you get them, right? Okay, that's about the chatbot. I'm going to cover one more thing about how we use Gen AI in our products. I think we have an expense module. Some of you use it quite heavily. That was developed a few years ago. It's very smart. Probably can beat anyone among competitors. It can scan the receipt, extract the information, create an expense claim. Right? I think some of you have used it. But there are some challenges. The one challenge is that it cannot accurately determine the currency. Right? You always see dollar. Dollars. Dollar, is it Sing dollars? Is it US dollars? Is it Canadian dollars? Is it what dollars? Sometimes you scan the receipt, become US dollars. So that is a challenge, number one. Currency is very hard to find, because you get the data, dollar is a dollar. Secondly is the GST, right? Some receipts put the percentage, some don't put the percentage, some put the amount, and some put service charge, 10%. People, sometimes you take the service charge as a GST, so it's another challenge. Third one is the most challenging one. Anybody in the world, right now, if they're offering expense claim, they will have the same challenge. It's not just us in Singapore. Anybody, before we do this, there is after you scan, what do you need to do? You need to enter the expense category, correct? Into expense, otherwise you cannot submit, because the finance will want to know this is for entertainment, this is for travel, or this is for what. So that becomes a mandatory field. So you scan, you've got to fill up that field. But with our expense right now integrated to AI, it's just amazing. It's amazing, I can tell you. That the currency will be accurately, I won't say 100%, but very accurately determined. It will not be just based on the currency symbols. It will look at the whole thing, right? If it's a Japanese, Japanese yen. If the telephone number is Malaysia, is a ringgit. If the address of the company is in Africa, then is that, So it's intelligent now to say this currency, although it's the same dollar sign, but it means different things by looking at the whole thing. And also it can extract, look at the amount, work out the GST rate and all that. And the most fascinating thing is that after looking at the receipt, we pump in your expense category that you have created for your own company and say, pick the one that is closest to the nature of the expense. And most of the time, I think more than 80%, you can pick correctly. Right, let me show you a demo of this. Right. I think you're familiar with our expense claim. You scan a receipt, you will extract the information, and then get the details. And then you see at the top, it will suggest, because this restaurant and 2-person, and look at the timing and look at everything, pick out the GST, look at it's a sync currency, everything, fill out a reference number, the merchant name, and everything. You don't even need to do anything. You don't even need to select the category. So we are also making this available to our customers, right? So as you have seen, we are not just talking about the future HR, we are living it. It's going to transform how HR interact with your own data, right? With the power of generative AI, we are not just solving problems that you or your teams face in HR, but we are unlocking opportunities, unlocking possibilities that were out of reach before. And most important thing is, this is just the beginning. We see ChatGPT 4.4.0.1. So with the progress of the AI revolutions, so were our solutions. Right now, our engine behind is this model, but when it become ChatGPT 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and AGI, we will be as smart, along the way, right? So our commitment is that we will continue to stay on top, above the curve, to continue to innovate, to make working life better for you, for our customers, and for everybody. So thank you for joining us today, and I am excited to partner with you to travel this journey into the future of HR. Thank you.